Okay, so my phone is charging and I am like, I have to hold it differently, and like, I'm probably like going to be in a different position because like my phone is charging. Okay, so I'm here to tell you guys another funny story, and this one's gonna be about a time when I wrote a bad word. Okay, so I used to use my braille writer to do like handwriting. Well, not handwriting, but usually sighted people, like sighted kids, practice handwriting. Well, in my case, I would just write random stuff, like things that were so random. Like, I would write like a math problem and then I would go back and solve it or something. Or I would just write like really random stuff. So one time I wrote, I'm not going to say what I wrote because, like, I don't know. You're not really supposed to curse on YouTube. Like, I know people who do, but they really shouldn't. And then I know people who they do it or they don't because like they know that like they shouldn't, because for people who have their videos monetized, like they don't really make as much if they curse. But and also not only that, but I don't know who's watching my videos. I may have a mixed audience, so I could have a little 2-year old could be watching my video. So I got to be careful. So anyway, but you guys are gonna know. Okay, so one day I wrote something on my braille writer. I wrote, because I wanted, what I usually did was I would have my mother read it, like because I wanted her to read it, because like because she's able to read braille. For those of you guys that don't know, which you wouldn't, because I've never talked about that, but she's able to read braille. So what I would do is I would write whatever I wanted to write, and then I would give her the paper, and she would read it, and she would read it out loud, because like, so that way I know she's reading it, which I wouldn't really care, but like, just so she knew that, or so, because she knew that I wouldn't know that she's actually reading it. She could just be sliding her fingers across the page, for all I know. So anyway, I had her read it, and like halfway down the page, she saw this 4-letter word. So basically, guys, what I wrote was the F word. Okay, so my mom was like, she was reading, going along, reading the page, and she's like, it took her a little bit longer, but it took her a little bit longer to read it than it took me, because like, I'm used to it. I've been reading braille all my life, and like, she was taught braille later in life, so it's understandable as to why it took her a little bit longer. So she was reading, and all of a sudden she goes like, "Fuh," and then she's like, "You wrote a bad word." 2 notifications. She's like, "You wrote a bad word." And she's like, and then because by the time she had finished saying the first part, she had already read the whole word. So she just like threw it out. She threw it away. And I said to her, I was like, I think it was like the next day. And I was like, "Do you still have that piece of paper?" And I was like, where I wrote the F word. And she's like, "I'm not keeping that." It was hilarious, guys. Okay, so anyway, you guys know the drill. I'm not going to repeat myself. I'll see you in my next video.